the files and folders in DOS, in the same way we will operate all the files and folders in Unix also, but the commands are different. Okay, so we are going to learn the basic commands of Unix, okay, how we will operate with the files and folders. So ls is a list of files. Okay, so if I press ls, okay, if I type ls at the prompt and press enter, it will give me all the list of files or folders which are existing in the current directory. Okay, so how to find in which directory I am right now existing? Okay, PWD. It is present working directory. Okay, please note down your notes also in speed, and you can get it fair once I send you the document. Okay, so PWD is for present working directory. Okay, and press enter. It will give you the path of the directory in which you currently existing. Okay, so it is home Praveen. It is my current directory in which I am residing now. Okay, so now, okay, if I want to come out of this particular present directory, then I can use CD. It is change directory. Okay, so change directory. Okay, where I want to go? A slash represents root directory here in Unix. A slash represents root directory, and then the actual directory within the root, and then if I give slash and if I give one more name, that is another folder. But now I just wanted to come out of the present directory Praveen. So I'm just giving CD slash and then home. So I'm coming out of Praveen. See, here it is showing me. So now if I give present working directory, it will show me only home. That means I came back to one directory before. Okay, and now if I wanted to make a new directory, right, mkdir, make directory. Okay, so these directory commands are almost similar to DOS. Okay, mkdir, and you give a folder name. Okay, I'm giving a folder 1. So I am trying to make a new directory, folder 1, in the present working directory. What is my present working directory? It is home, and I am trying to create a new folder called folder 1 in my home directory. Okay, press enter. Now if I give an ls, that means I just wanted to see whether folder 1 got created in my home directory or not. Press home ls. See, now I have a folder 1 also created. Okay, let me go into the folder 1. So how I can go into folder 1? With a command called change directory. Again, CD folder 1. Press enter. See, the prompt is showing me the current folder in which I am residing. And then give a ls here to see files. So there are no files because it is a new directory, again new brand directory which we have created just now. So there are no files existing. Okay. So I wanted to create a file in my folder. So how to create a file? Okay, we have a command called cat. That is catalog. Okay, the short form of catalog is cat. Okay, this is called a cat command, okay, where you will redirect the content into a file. Okay, let me give file name as file1. Okay, so it is a redirection operator. Greater than is a redirection operator. Okay, file1 is a file, and we are trying to redirect the output of the cat command into file1. So while we are giving a redirection, we use the greater than symbol. Okay, so we have redirection operators. Okay, greater than is an output redirection. Okay, less than is a input redirection. Let me give you the notes. Okay, so coming to redirection operators. Okay, greater than symbol is an output redirection. Okay, less than symbol is an input redirection. Okay, so whenever I use greater than, okay, and if I don't give any name file, the default output device used is screen or monitor or document. Okay, so if I use this greater than symbol, okay, the default device used is screen. Okay, but to override this default device, okay, what I can do is I can use it as greater than and a file name, so that whatever output will be generated with the command, that output will be moved into the file 1, or the output will be stored into file 1. If I don't give file, then it will appear at screen only. Okay, but it cannot be stored, right? If it is displayed on only screen, so at the next command it will be displayed, it will be disappeared. Okay, so we have to capture that output in some other file. So how we can override this output redirection with a default screen? Okay, we can give a file name after the redirection operator, so that the output generated by the command will be stored in file 1 and we can refer it later on. Okay, so that is what we are going to do here. Output redirection operator greater than, and we don't want it to display this output in screen. We have to capture this output into a file. So we are trying to capture it into a file. Okay, this is same for input also. Okay, so the default input device is keyboard. Okay, so if you don't provide any name after this less than symbol, okay, it will expect some input from the user through keyboard. Okay, but if I specify any file, then it will read this file, okay, which is at the less than symbol, and it will take that content of the file as input. Okay, so if I only give a less than symbol and I leave, it will expect some input from the keyboard. But if I want to give input from a file, the file content should be read by the command and do some operation, then I will override this operator by giving a file 1 or file name after the less than operator. That is input redirection operator. Okay, so for now it is okay to learn about redirection operators. Okay, we will have one more session while we start executing our utilities in Teradata. Okay, I will tell you some more in detail. Okay, the number of operators and the numerical representation of operators and append, all those error operators and all. Okay, so for now it is enough to know we have output redirection operator and input redirection operator. Okay, the default devices are screen and keyboard. Okay, we can override them by giving a file name. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. Okay, cat greater than file 1, press enter. Now whatever input you give through keyboard, that will be redirected to file 1. Okay, so let me give a content. Okay, so this is my first Unix file. So this is my content, okay, which I am typing. I'm just pressing enter. Okay, and to terminate the content, okay, the cat command to terminate. Okay, if you are done with your input, then just press Control C. Okay, just I press Control C so that the input got terminated. Now see, the input was not displayed on the screen, but it was redirected to file 1. Okay, let's see whether file 1 got created or not. See, if I give a ls in folder 1, it has created a file 1. Okay, and the content should be, this is my first Unix file. Okay, how to see the content of the file? Again, a cat command, but without a redirection operator. Okay, just give a file name. It will display the content of the file. Cat file 1. Okay, it has displayed content of the file which I have given here. Right? So this is how we will create a file and we can see the content of the file. Okay, for both the command is cat